there, Leigh Farnell here, and thanks for listening to Leading Your Best Life. Today we're talking about sales, and if you're in the business of sales or you run your own business, you need to know this. How to start with the end in mind, why elite salespeople sell from good, great, excellent. What are we talking about here? This can make a massive difference to conversion rates, make a massive difference to average dollar sale, make a massive difference to your bottom line. So stay tuned. Welcome back. This is an article I put together a while ago for VIP clients, but I'm going to share it with you. It's called Start with the End in Mind, Why Elite Salespeople Sell from Good, Great and Excellent. And it starts with this controversial statement which says, most sales conversations fail for one simple reason. One simple reason. The prospect has never clearly articulated what success actually looks like. Now you're saying, hang on, my sales conversations don't fail, Leigh. Well, the point is they either fail as in fail to convert, or they fail to optimize the sale or the value of the sale for you in terms of average dollar sale and GP and longevity of the contract. Now, that means you're leaving money on the table. That means there are things you could do right now that'll make a big difference. So, line number one is this. The prospect needs to clearly articulate what success actually looks like. Now, often the client or the prospect will feel discomfort. They'll have a sense of opportunity. They know something could be better, but they haven't put numbers, haven't put outcomes or emotional weight behind the change they say they want. So it's so important that you convert that feeling, that sense of opportunity, that pain point into numbers and outcomes. So the destination needs to be clear. Too often the destination, if it's not clear, the journey stalls. And that's why inside our POMVIC needs discovery process, we deliberately future-pace prospects onto the dance floor. By asking three deceptively simple but profoundly powerful questions. And here it is, three power questions. One, what would a good result look like? What would a good result look like? Give me the number. What percentage improvement do you want from now? And what dollar difference might that make? What would good look like? When you get those numbers, write them down. And then two, what would a great result look like? Not just good, but great. So stretch it. Let's take it further. If you've got an even bigger improvement, an even bigger commercial impact, what would great look like? Numbers, percentage improvement. What difference might that make in terms of your life and impact? The impact. And three, what would a mind-blowing result look like? If this worked better than you could possibly expect, if everything clicked and all the ducks lined up in a row, what would genuinely excite you? In other words, you stretch their mind to a whole other level. Now, these questions do something most sales conversations never do. They move the prospect from vague hope to quantified vision. From vague hope to quantified vision. And why this changes the game. When the prospects answer these questions in their own words, three critical things happen. One, they future pace themselves into ownership. They're no longer selling an outcome, or more to the point, you're no longer selling an outcome. They are describing their future. Their brain starts to bridge the gap between where they are now and where they want to be. And they step out onto what we call the sales dance floor. They get on the dance floor with you. Point number two, after point number one, they future pace themselves into ownership, is two, you stop selling price and you start selling impact. You stop selling price and you start selling impact. So once good, great and excellent are quantified, ROI starts to become very obvious. If you're in the marketing business, return on ad spend becomes quite logical. Investments decisions become commercial, not emotional. Now the conversation isn't how much does it cost, it becomes which level of result do we want to commit to. What a much more productive and exciting conversation. Which level of result do we want to commit to? And point three, I need to think about it, it loses its power. Because when someone's already told you what success looks like, where their brain's already gone to that place in time and also emotionally, and then what it's worth to them commercially, what it's worth to them in terms of emotion, what it's worth to them in terms of lifestyle, what mind-blowing is really going to mean to them. Ultimately, what's it going to mean to you? What's going to happen is delay suddenly has a cost. Every day I'm going to think about it, it's costing me money. Opportunity cost, the opportunity cost of thinking about it. Delay suddenly has a cost. So not acting becomes a risky decision. So then what you do is you're selling from the end, not the middle. You're selling from the end in mind, not just a good outcome, a great outcome, an excellent outcome. Average salespeople start with features. Good salespeople start with what the problems are, but elite salespeople start with the outcomes. Elite salespeople start with the outcomes, which is why the O in POMVIC is outcome opportunity. So you want to find out more about how POMVIC can work in your business, how you can embed that into your DNA, then do reach out, click the link below, give me a call, go to my website, take action today, because every day you do not take action to improve your sales process, your sales system, your sales skills, you're leaving money on the table. And by anchoring the conversation around good, great, and excellent, you diagnose before you prescribe, a critical principle. You diagnose before you prescribe. You align solutions to declared value. Align solutions to declared value, and you position your offer as a lever, an investment, not a cost. A lever that they can move to actually turn on the cash flow, turn on the sales flow, as we say. Lead flow leads to sales flow, which leads to cash flow, which leads to freedom. You're not pushing them forward, you're simply helping them walk toward the future they just described. And that's why we call it the POMVIC buyer facilitation process. It's teachable, it's learnable, it's scalable, and if you haven't got in your business, then you are losing opportunities. Now the step beyond this is you set up a standard operating procedure. A standard operating procedure we call the POMVIC Good, Great, Excellence Outcomes Framework. It really is. Step 1, set the frame. Step 2, establish the current baseline. Step 3, ask the 3 power questions. And then step 4, future pace. Get out on the dance floor. Step 5, start talking about ROI and ROAS calculations. Step 6, sell from the outcome backwards. And then you train yourself and your team in that with what we call team deliberate practice, a non-negotiable. You see, if the prospect won't articulate what success looks like, what it's worth, how good and excellent are going to feel, they're not on the dance floor yet. And if they won't dance, you don't have a sale, you just have an interesting conversation and sometimes a complete waste of time. This framework, Good, Great, Excellent, and the POMVIC framework turns conversations into green light commitments and long-term clients and long-term cash flow and long-term fun. You want to find out more? Take action. We can embed this into your business over the next 30 days and watch the results soar. I'm Leigh Farnell. Reach me at www.leighfarnell.com or on LinkedIn. Thanks for listening. This certainly, if you're in business, will help you lead your best life. See you next time.